welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name, as always, is Maxwell, and today's first video is from the user Declan Harley. That's Declan Harley, and he's driving the IS on a standard battle on Live Oaks. IS being the tier 7 heavy tank for the Russians. So, contrary to normal flow, there's no announcements for today, so really all we can talk about is the video itself. Well, I suppose there's a couple of things I could talk about, which is the abundance of content. Like I said, I've still got last week's live stream footage, and I've got Saturday's Dream Team footage to go up still, along with all of these subscriber replays. Declan having a good look at the scenery there. So yeah, got all of that live stuff still to go up, so that's about 10 videos left, and then I still want to do a subscriber replay every day, just because I'm getting 20-25 emails with great replays sent every day, so I'm going to have to keep those up or I'm going to fall way behind. So just let me know in the comment section below if you're getting sick of getting 3 videos a day rather than the regular 2. Oh, very nice shot on that ISU, on that SU-152 there. Great piece of sniper work. So yeah, leave me a comment in the comment section below if you're getting sick of the 3 videos a day, or if the more World of Tanks content, the better. Because obviously I don't mind bringing you this much World of Tanks content, and that's just because I've got this much World of Tanks content to bring. Oh, I do just want to quickly mention that this is an old replay as well, so it's from the 8.9. So if there's a couple of little bugs and mistakes, like you can see the tracks in the bottom left-hand corner still kind of highlighted in a mixture of red and orange there. And earlier on, he could have taken a shot at one of the camping tanks, but didn't. That's just because some of the scenery changes that came in, so there was actually no shot for him to take there. It just looked like there was. So anyway, finally onto the replay at hand. He's going to be taking up a position in the town in the northern flank, which is definitely what you want to do as one of the top tier heavy tanks in a battle like this. But unfortunately, most of his allies have decided to camp along the G line in that tree-lined ridge there. For some reason, not really sure what they're thinking they're going to achieve by camping there. And as you can see, the enemy's just been able to freely roam around. Ooh, a little bit unlucky there not to hit the 30-02. Just been able to freely move down the train tracks there, and are now closing in on the enemy base. So Allies have got 2 choices now. They can either abandon their positions and head back towards the base. Nice kill on that M6. Or they can he get back from the KV-1S? He can indeed. Or they can try and push through the town as quickly as possible and try and get maybe a counter base capture off. So it all kind of depends on how those guys who camped earlier on are going to do. But to be honest, they're not really winning the fight in the town that convincingly, to be honest. And that's just because most of their team have camped around that G line for some unknown reason. Decides that he's had enough and going to move out and take on that KV-1S head on. Unfortunately, takes a good bit of damage and isn't able to do anything to that KV-1S himself, but he should have a faster reload. He's able to put one through the side, and that is kill number 2 for Declan Harley. So that's the town mostly dealt with now. There's just this VK-30-02, that medium tank, left, but he's going to get whittled down by the remaining guys in the town now, and Declan Harley's just going to flank around behind and get some damage through his rear arm. A nice chunk of damage there. Maybe that's going to get his attention. So was going to continue on towards the base, but realised that none of his allies have been able to take this guy out yet, so just letting his reticule close in, and then he picks up kill number 3. So it looks like the decision's kind of been made for him. He doesn't have time to head to the enemy base and get a counter capture off, because his allies have kind of just folded in the south there, and no one's really been able to repel that attack from the overwhelming enemy force. So he's going to have to drop back now and try and defend the base. As you see, there's a very skillful Churchill 1 player kind of in and around that swamp lake area. Although he's a little bit low on health there, so he's probably going to get dealt with by that other Churchill one, you would have thought. But we shall see. Stops just a little bit too early there, unfortunately. Not able to get a shot on this IS as the terrain is kind of in the way. They've got a KV-1 in close to the base, so anybody who tries to do a base capture is going to get spotted out. They're not going to be able to get it done in stealth. Very nice long-range hit there, over 360 meters, able to get a good bit of damage through the side of that IS. IS not really sure where the damage is coming from, but he's going to get himself behind the corpse of this A20, I think it is there. Not quite able to get anything on him just yet. He's not in the base though, so they don't really have to focus too hard on trying to take him out. You can just wait till he repositions into a bad place like that, takes his shot, and that is kill number 4. There's Churchill 1 that's in and around the Swamp Lake area, still not taken out. Tiger 1 rears its ugly head, still on full, well, he was still on full hit points, and then just gets nailed there. But then the concentrator fire of himself and that other Churchill 1 able to take out the allied Churchill 1 down the lane. VK3601 from earlier is now moving in on the base. It looks like the enemy team has their fair share of campers as well. They've got a Churchill Mark 7 and a KV-1 camping around the train lines up there for some reason. Maybe they got halfway down the train tracks and then saw how things were going in the town, so decided to drop back to deal with that 3601 and possibly the IS of Declan Harley here, not knowing where he was going to go. Declan moves himself forward to try and take on the might of this Tiger 1 here, although he decides to switch his attention across to this Churchill 1, as the Churchill 1's dueling with the KV-13 and having a much better time of it. He was pretty low on health early on, but hasn't actually lost any hit points, so showing off his skill as a great Churchill 1 and just a great driver overall. But there's not really going to be much he can do, so it looks like he's got that 6-pounder cannon, and Declan just comes in and sticks one straight through the front of his turret and takes him out for kill number 5. So that Tiger 1 still camping down around those buildings, but doesn't really want to go and take him on just yet. Decides to go up and maybe try and help the 3601 that is in and around the enemy base. And maybe the... oh, well, no, I was going to say maybe the two of them could assault the base together, but it looks like the 3601's actually been eliminated. As you just see there, he's saying in chat that he's waiting for the Tiger to cap so he knows where he is, which is a smart thing to do, because at the moment they have no idea whereabouts that Tiger 1 is. He could have dropped back, he could be in the river, he could be all the way in K1 for all they know, but as soon as he starts and initiates a base capture, they're going to know exactly where he is. So, comes in on the enemy base, spots everyone out, decides to try and take out the Churchill 7 first, as he's only one shot from death, but unfortunately didn't let his reticule close in far enough, and just about missed that shot. Going to see who he decides to go for next. Decides to go for the artillery, but again the artillery just manages to have his shot and then get behind the wall himself, so he's denied that kill there. Tiger 1 almost certainly knows that Declan is here now, because he'll have pinged up on the minimap, although he's still not making his move. A little bit scared of the Type 58 there. Maybe the Type 58 still in stealth, although Tiger 1 could just look at the score screen to see who that is. Takes his time to aim that shot and takes out the Churchill Mark 7, and then just drops back down behind the terrain there to give himself time to reload. Somebody telling the IS to cap fast here, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that, considering the enemy team has 2 tanks here. He's going to have to eliminate them first. They don't know they've been spotted, but I'm almost certain the AMX knows he's been spotted now, as he gets taken out and he becomes kill number 7. It looks like this Type 58 still holding the Tiger 1 off in the south, which is brilliant news, because if he can hold him off long enough, then the IS will be able to finish off this KV-1 and then move in for a base capture himself, or maybe the two of them can go back and try and hunt out the Tiger himself. Oh, it looks like the Type 58's making a move for some reason. Not sure why he's done that. He's making a move forward. KV-1 fires in return. He's just got to wait for this reload to come off. KV-1's got nowhere to go, and that is kill number 8. So rather than go for the easy victory in the base capture, he's decided to head back towards the base and help the Type 58, who just got himself killed immediately. So maybe in a little bit of hindsight, it probably would have been a better idea to start a base capture, although, to be honest, he was a decent distance away from the base as well. So by the time he got in on the base, may not have been able to get to the base in time. And it possibly would have been a draw there. Spots out the Tiger 1. He's actually hiding behind the boxes here, so he's going to have to take his time with this shot. He only has 20 seconds left on the clock, so really, if he doesn't fire soon, this is going to be his last shot. And wow, what a way to end the game. Gets an ammo rack on the Tiger 1, and that is kill number 9 and the game. So absolutely awesome replay there from Declan Harley, showing his skills in the IS there. So thank you very much for sending that one in, and don't forget to stick around because the score screens and another game are coming right up. And our second replay of the day is from the user Falcon Black 978. That's Falcon Black 978, and he's driving the VK3601 on an encounter battle on Sand River. VK3601 being a tier 6 heavy tank for the Germans. Wasn't always a heavy tank. Used to be a medium tank, but then it got bumped up to a heavy tank. I want to say 8.9 or 8.8. I don't keep up with the exact changes in every single patch, but it was around about that time that it got bumped up from a medium to a heavy. It used to be an exceptional medium tank, and it's pretty much just a mediocre heavy tank, to be honest. It's got some half-decent frontal armor. You don't realise sometimes that if you angle correctly, let's have a look, the front armor of this thing can be pretty troll sometimes. Already scored a good hit on that 3485 as he's trying to get into position. You can see Falcon Black decided to go for the 88mm gun rather than the Cornish. The 88mm has better alpha damage, but it has a longer reload time. The Cornish has smaller alpha damage, but a much faster reload time than the 88 does. So really, there's no clear winner. It's like a lot of the times with tanks, it's like, yes, this gun is just better than any other gun you can take for the tank. But with the 3601, it really is a case of personal preference, whether you want that rate of fire or whether you want that alpha damage. A little bit unfortunate not to hit that guy there. His radio operator gets taken out. Not that anybody really cares about the radio operator. Probably the least appreciated member of any tanking crew. Gets a nice hit on that Chinook as he pops over the top there. His ally in the Churchill Mark 7 got a little bit sure of himself there, poked himself all the way out, drove around the corner and got himself eliminated. As you can see, there's quite a lot of enemy heavy tanks in the area, so we're going to have to play this one pretty carefully. You can already see Falcon dropping back a little bit, just in case he needs to take refuge behind some of these rocks, just giving himself a little bit of terrain between himself and the enemy. But as you can see, it looks like the enemy not really wanting to push, and you can understand why. Can he get a shot on this Chinook? Lets his gun close all the way. Sets him on fire, but the scumbag's got an automatic fire extinguisher, and that gets put out after just one tick of fire. So a little bit unfortunate not to get the kill there. You tend to see that it's either people don't have a fire extinguisher or they've got an automatic fire extinguisher. There doesn't seem to be a happy medium these days. So anyway, as I was going to say before I got interrupted by that awesome shot on the Chinook, was that you can see why the enemy team doesn't really want to push. They've got a base capture going on at the moment with two guys, crept up to 3, then back down to 2 at the moment. So they don't really need to push. They just need to keep these guys here occupied while the guys in the base finish off that capture there. You can see an S-35CA moving in to try and do something about that. But like I said, the guys over here, they've got no chance of really being able to get over there, especially not with these heavy tanks in the positions that they are in. Can't get a shot on that Matilda Black Prince. So I'm just going to drop back. You see you've got a KB-1S and another 3001 there. And, well, that's actually quite a lot of heavy tanks in the area. If they try and circumvent the sand dune here to try and get to the base, they're just going to get picked off. Nice snapshot on the 3001. Going to see if this Chi He can finish him off with his rate of fire. Not quite. It's going to be left up to Falcon Black to finish that guy off and pick up kill number 2. So it looks like that S-35's done a fantastic job of decapping there. Even if he isn't able to wipe out all of the invaders, in fact he gets himself killed, he was able to delay it long enough, and they're going to have to start again from scratch. Although the only people they've got in the area is that Dickermax, and that Nashorn is quite a distance away. Nobody's really making a move. Oh, very nice shot to set that KB-1S on fire. And typically, this thing that I said earlier gets proven wrong immediately in the same replay. That guy didn't have an automatic fire extinguisher, but did have a regular fire extinguisher and put himself out after about 5 or 6 ticks of fire, which is about normal. So I'm not 100% sure why the enemy has stopped their earlier base capture. Maybe the Dickermax was able to eliminate the guys that were left. Trying to pick out a weak spot of this AT-AT, which is going to be a bit of a difficult one. Focuses on that cupola, the commander's hatch, but the AT-8 just about starts moving in time, so a nice bit of sixth sense from him. And Falcon just misses that shot. Unfortunately, he's lined himself up now. Gets ammo racked. He's going to have to try and put a shot through that commander's hatch, maybe try and dissuade the AT-8 from staying in this position, but even managed to bounce on the commander's hatch there. So as you see, even that big tin pot on the roof isn't necessarily a weak spot for all guns. So uses this repair kit to fix up that ammo rack, because let's face it, you don't want to have a ridiculously long reload. Just focusing on that Chi Nu as he backs off into the fog of war. And there's just this Su-100 and this Chi Nu left on the enemy team. You can almost guarantee that they will be in and around the base. Actually, it looks like that Su-100 is still camping the spawn location. Not really sure what he was thinking he was going to achieve there, although he's picked himself up 2 kills. So, obviously a couple of people have strayed within his sights. But this Chi Nu was last spotted down near these sand dunes around the base, so hopefully Falcon Black can close him down. Although these new Japanese tanks tend to have pretty good rates of fire, so if he doesn't play it particularly carefully, this Chi Nu could maybe just focus fire him down and pick away at his health. He's only got 345 hit points left. Spots out the Chi Nu now, and the Chi Nu only has 140 hit points himself, so one good shot should be enough to take him out. Chi Nu didn't do anything about that. He could have taken out his track as he came over the top, but didn't. And Falcon Black is able to take out the Chi Nu and pick up kill number 4. So the rest of the team now just trying to find that Su-100. He's probably going to be in and around the spawn somewhere. If not, he's made a break for G1 and going to be heading down the sand dunes that way. Falcon just going to head towards the base the capture circle. And at least that's going to put onus on the Su-100, so he can't just run away for the remaining 8 minutes of this battle. He's going to have to show himself eventually to try and stop the base capture. But almost, there we go. He gets spotted at B3, and it's just going to be a case of the guys just going to close him down. We've got that Nashorn and that Chi He even, coming in from the rear. And there we go, the Nashorn finally able to pick up the Su-100, and that is game. So absolutely brilliant replay there from Falcon Black 978, picking himself up 2,500 points of damage and 4 kills on this encounter battle. So don't forget, guys, if you've got yourself a great replay, please send that in to replay@screenreality.com. That's replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. Leave me a like or favourite if you enjoyed this video, and stick a comment in the comment section below letting me know exactly what you thought. If you're not already, consider hitting that subscribe button for more content like this in the future. I've been Maxwell, this has been World of Tanks, and I will catch you guys next time.